After 21 years in Italy, I thought I knew perfection. Pasta, espresso, sunsets, but Thailand keeps proving me wrong. Today, we're talking about what Thailand gets right, and yeah, Italy could take a few notes. I moved here to Bangkok a few weeks ago, trading the cobblestones of Italy for the Skytrain BTS. It's chaotic, humid, and half the time, I don't even know what I'm ordering for lunch. But there are moments that make me stop and think, okay, Thailand has this figured out. Oh, and stick with me because later in the video, I'll tell you that one thing that Thailand completely nails, that Italy just can't seem to pull off. And you're not getting just another travel blog cliche. You're getting someone who was on the ground for 2 decades, living out the Italian dream, and is now sweating it out in Bangkok. Comparing 2 different worlds that both get under your skin in very different ways. Now let's talk about convenience, because here in Thailand, it's king. Bangkok works in instant mode. You want coffee, laundry, dinner, SIM card, it's all within 10 steps of your condo or your Airbnb. But I remember in Italy, it's all about planning your life, about when those shops reopen, if they reopen at all. I remember in those first years when I landed in Italy, 2004, 5, 6, those years, I would figure out when all the government offices had their opening hours in the morning, their lunch hours, and then their reopening hours in the afternoon. And then those weird days that they didn't work, maybe holidays, or usually they're closed every Monday of the week. The same with the other shops. Then once I knew all of that, once I got it all in the Gregor brain, I would start to plan out my list of those items I had to accomplish. Getting a new SIM card, getting internet at my house, applying for that residence card. Because when you made a trip outside, you wanted to make it count and not be sent back home with them asking you for another document or another proof of address. In Italy, patience is key. So I finally stopped timing my life around the orario continuato signs, and I started living it. In Italy, everything closes for lunch. In Thailand, lunch comes to you on a motorbike. Some of the coolest things here are being able to walk the streets and get the street food stalls. I'm not a big fan of the Deliveroo or the Grab deliveries on the motorbike or Uber Eats. I like to go out there and find my lunch, sit down in a cafe and eat it, or grab it on the go and sit down in a park. And yes, even explore the malls with the AC and the uber cool designs. Yes, malls are cool in Thailand, and they have some of the best food courts in the world. Service actually feels like service here in Thailand. When Nan, the receptionist where I'm staying, sees me walking out for lunch, she's asking what I'm having. She actually cares. Is it gonna be pad krapao or chicken rice? Getting kind of hungry thinking about it. When Lek, the security guard, sees me coming with groceries or 6-pack of big water bottles in my hand, he stops me, grabs the big 6-pack of waters out of my hand, walks with me to the front door, scans it with his security key card so the door opens up, and carries them with me, presses the button on the elevator to make sure I get up easily to my room. They're not doing it for a tip. They're doing it because it's who they are. In Italy, service feels like an argument you have to win. How many times was I waiting on the phone with the mobile service provider, seemed like 20, 30 minutes, only to have them hang up on me after 5 minutes because they didn't want to deal with the foreigner. And I am a paying customer. I mean, what's wrong with this system? So, Thailand wins on warmth. It's smile economy 101. In Italy, at times you get a grumpy barista and a frown with your espresso. In Thailand, you get a kapung krap and a Y with your water. Progress moves faster here in Thailand, even when it doesn't look like it. Thailand isn't the most high-tech country, but it still feels more modern than much of Europe. You still need cash at some small shops, markets, sure. Oh, and for locals here and foreigners, they can get QR payment systems, so you don't even need cash in those places. But the systems around you just all seem to work. Trains run, internet's fast, deliveries arrive in minutes. But in Italy and much of Europe, progress seems to have slowed down. The governments spend more time keeping the machine running instead of innovating. In Italy, for example, it spends more than half of its GDP on public administration. You spend half your time printing out forms and waiting on someone to stamp them. So while Thailand may not have everything digital yet, it's moving. It's hungry. Skyscrapers rising, scooters buzzing, entrepreneurs everywhere. Italy feels like it's looking back. Thailand, looking ahead. In Italy, I waited years for the system to change. In Thailand, the system's already 3 steps ahead. Oh, and a confession for you, I must still be hungry. One dish here in Thailand has officially replaced my fave, pasta carbonara. I'll explain to you that dish a little bit later. Street food beats fine dining every time. Pad krapao, som tam, khao man gai, fresh, fast, flawless. But Italy's best meals seem trapped behind reservations and rising prices. So here, for $2, you get something that tastes better than half the trattorias charging €20. In Italy, you need a reservation a couple of days out. In Thailand, all you need is 60 baht and an appetite. Public transportation that actually works? Check. In Bangkok, the BTS Skytrain and MRT Underground are clean, air-conditioned, and on time. But in Italy, trains have their own personalities. Sometimes they arrive, sometimes they don't. And don't get me started on Rome's underground metro. So here, even if jammed in with 100 or so Thai locals, you arrive on schedule. A completely foreign concept to cities like Florence. Oh, the old bus number 11 in Florence. The unlucky bus number 11. Here's a story for you. I've had several bad ones on that bus, but one story I remember, we were heading down the narrow, tight Via Roma, which becomes even narrower when cars park illegally. And sure enough, it hit a car, was stuck there, couldn't pass. The driver, I don't know where he was. The bar owner came out, was throwing his hands up in the air. The bus driver was yelling out into space. Finally, the car driver shows up. They're arguing. We can't pass. The bus is not going anywhere. He says everybody has to get off. I'm looking around for a taxi. I got to get my way to the train station. I have a lot of luggage. No taxis in sight for anyone. I have to hoof it cross town to get to the station on time. This is an everyday occurrence, it feels like, when you're in Italy. There in Italy, a train is arriving soon. Sta arrivando. In Thailand, soon actually means soon. Now I know, look, people are late even here in Thailand. In Bangkok, traffic is a major problem. Cars are often packed up and down on the Sukhumvit, motorbikes making their way through traffic, tuk-tuks honking their horns. Tardiness here comes with a smile though, not a shrug. It's easier to breathe emotionally. In Thailand, people care less about who you are, what you wear. There's less judgment, less performance. Hello, Crocs. In Italy, style is a religion. But you watch, when you're approaching Italians, they immediately, their eyes will glance down and judge which shoes you're wearing. You feel watched even when you're out buying bread. In Italy, you debate brands. In Thailand, you debate which shirts breathe easier. So Thailand feels freeing. You can be sweaty, underdressed, and still fit in. The big surprise, Thailand's respect. Do you remember earlier I said I'd talk about that thing that shocked me, that Thailand completely nails, that Italy just can't seem to get right? Respect runs through everything here. The why, the tone, the way people treat elders and strangers. But in Italy, conversations are competitions to see who can interrupt the loudest, who has the most staying power. After a while, I just said, forget it. I became an expert at saying, I gotta go. Step out the back, Jack. No need to be coy, Roy. So, Thailand, the land of smiles, wins on grace. It's not perfect, but it's peaceful. Italy argues its way through life. Thailand bows its way through it. Oh, and a pro tip for you. You don't need to why with your hands pursed together with everyone you see, but do it with elders to show respect when you meet someone. If your hands are full, you got shopping bags, you're carrying them along, well, just nod your head. That is a show of respect. And if you're in a crowded place and you need to get off the metro or something, you can just nod your head and make your way through and say, Katod krap, excuse me, krap, or if you're a woman, katod ka. And whatever you do, when you hand over your money, just don't throw it down on the counter. If you can, hand it over to them with 2 hands or 1 hand. Just don't be rude about it. The Thai, especially with documents like passports, money, will use 2 hands when handing you the item. Oh, what was that plate that replaced pasta carbonara for me? Well, first, I want to let you know I put out Thailand Untapped, an e-guide that you can have offline, download a PDF on your phone for when you're traveling around the land of smiles, or here in Bangkok, the big mango. Has things in there like how to get to and from Thailand, how to get around Thailand once you're here, suggested itineraries, and of course, things to do, and yes, things to eat, where to stay, what to visit, all that ram-jammed in there. Thailand Untapped. Now, what's that plate? Well, better than pasta carbonara, at least for me, pad krapao. It's fiery, fast, and exactly what life feels like here in Thailand. What's that one thing that Thailand nails? Well, I mentioned respect, but it's convenience, service with a smile. The country just has a way of making everyday life feel light, like everything is possible. Italy, especially if you're an expat, can't nail that. We've talked about everything Thailand nails, but there's a lot you should know before you pack up all your bags, move here, and call it home. Because with every pad Thai moment, there's a heat wave, a visa form, a humbling language mix-up waiting for you. So if you really want to see what it's like to come to Thailand and start a new life here, click right here, watch this video next. Don't move to Thailand before knowing this. It's the truth behind everything that comes before the smiles, and why I moved here anyway. See you there.